Do you have billions of dollars? Do you have servants? Or even your own country? Then you're in the right place, because in Monaco, everyone is VIP. This is the land of princes, kings, and aristocrats, a playground for the wealthy. These lands are among the smallest but richest countries in the world. Monaco is located in southern Europe, on the Mediterranean coast. It spans only 2 square kilometers and is the second smallest country in the world after Vatican City. To compare, the smallest district in Istanbul, Gunguren, covers 7 square kilometers, making it several times larger than Monaco. But don't be fooled by its size. Despite its small area, some of the world's wealthiest people live here. In Monaco, 1 out of every 3 people is a dollar millionaire. It has the highest number of billionaires per capita. Tourists come here not to sightsee, but to see how the rich spend their money. Now, I'm opening the doors to Monaco's incredible and extraordinary world. You must see it. With a population of 38,000, Monaco is ruled by a monarchy. It is under the control of a royal family, and the current ruler is Prince Albert, who ascended the throne in April 2005. In 1297, the powerful Italian Grimaldi family seized the lands of Monaco, and the country has been governed by this dynasty ever since. This is the family's palace. If the flag is raised, the ruler is inside. If it's not, the prince is away. The Grimaldi Dynasty has lived in this palace for 700 years, and in the prince's study, there is neither a computer nor internet. The family's connections with many other European royal families make them even stronger. The monarchy is so powerful that ministers in the council are directly accountable to the prince. In Monaco, no matter who you are, you must address Prince Albert as Your Majesty. Have you noticed the statues of monks with swords in the palace garden? Their story is very interesting. When the Grimaldi family's eldest son, Francis, sought to conquer these lands in 1297, he executed one of the most unusual battle plans in history. Francis and a group of soldiers disguised themselves as monks and infiltrated the castle. The castle, believing they were genuine clerics, was ambushed by the soldiers. After this event, Francis Grimaldi became known as the Cunning, and his statue stands in front of the palace. The sword-wielding monks also appear in the family crest, which you can see on the screen. Before we delve into palace life and the country's unusual laws, let's take a stroll through the streets of Monaco and explore the astonishing world of the ultra-rich together. I want you to pay attention to that skyscraper. You can't guess the price of the house covering several floors on top, named Sky Penthouse. It's a whopping $335 million. I'm not talking about a castle or a palace, folks, but the price of the apartment on the top floor of this skyscraper. You're face to face with the property with the highest real estate price in the world. Even studio apartments of 15 to 20 square meters start from millions of dollars here. In short, the world's most expensive homes are here. When people living here are so rich, seeing Ferraris and Lamborghinis on every street becomes commonplace. You might even see luxury cars on the decks of some yachts. Just in case, you might encounter million-dollar cars as decorations in the living rooms. If you see an average or lower-level car, it's probably from France or Italy, belonging to workers and tourists who come for a day. People generally come here not for vacation, but to watch the lives of the rich. So, how did this small country become the center of money, turning into a playground for billionaires? The main reason it attracts the wealthy like a magnet is the absence of income tax in the country. Income tax was abolished here in 1869. This situation led to many European businessmen obtaining Monegasque citizenship. Additionally, there is no property tax, wealth tax, or housing tax. Their second source of income is Europe's most luxurious casinos. The famous Monte Carlo casino, where even James Bond movies were shot, is located here. However, it is forbidden for Monegasque citizens to gamble in the country. In the 1800s, the king imposed this ban to prevent the depletion of citizens' savings in gambling. The rich guests enjoy the taste of Monaco's casinos, designed with nobility and elegance. The country gained its main popularity with the marriage of the previous ruler, Prince Rainier III, to the famous Hollywood star Grace Kelly in 1956. The echo of Grace Kelly's tragic death in a car accident years later still persists. Monaco is not a member of the European Union and has no army. However, France provides its external protection. France acts as the country's guardian. and this situation is legally established through various agreements. French is also the official language. There are 515 police officers in the country, and the security units are usually led by a French officer. Similarly, the judges are independent French judges. Of course, they work under the laws of the prince and are responsible to him. The prince has full authority in these courts. Although it attracts many tourists relative to its size, it has one of the lowest crime rates in the world. There is only one murder every 10 years, and car theft occurs once a year. The police assist in every aspect of life in the country. Let's say you need to go to a night pharmacy. Since the night pharmacies here do not wait with open doors, you go with the police, and they ensure that you get your medicine by opening the pharmacy. Suppose you have a problem and are very anxious. Even in such a situation, the police can stop traffic to help you. Because the state values the safety and comfort of its citizens immensely, there are some very interesting written and unwritten rules in the country. For example, you can only wear swimwear and walk shirtless on the beach. You can only take off your shoes on the beach. Otherwise, you'll be fined. Additionally, you cannot enter many places with a backpack or sports shoes. Did you see a girl with pink or blue hair on the street? Most likely, she's a tourist. Local residents prefer a more classic appearance. For example, when Monaco Princess Charlene shaved her hair, it became a topic of discussion, and she was criticized. This is because living at the extremes is not well received as a result of aristocracy. We mentioned that the population of the country is 38,000, but only 9,600 of them are Monegasque citizens, and Monegasque citizens have significant privileges granted by the state. For example, the state allocates detached houses to its citizens. If you're Monegasque but want, you also have the right to purchase at a much lower price by paying the state. The number of rooms in the houses allocated by the state usually corresponds to the number of family members. For example, if a couple has 2 children, they must have a 4-room house, and if the children leave home, the couple has to move to a 2-room apartment. If individuals over the age of 18 decide to leave home, the state also allocates a house to them. Additionally, Monegasque citizens pay much lower fees for other transactions such as real estate and car purchases, since they are exempt from taxes. Monaco banks have working methods that you've probably never heard of before. The bank doors are always kept closed, and if a customer wants to enter, they must ring the bell located outside the bank. Each customer has their own personal banker who not only monitors their accounts, but also acts as a financial advisor. If you wish, your banker can also pay your rent. Additionally, if someone sends a certain amount of money to the bank, it is not immediately transferred to the account. First, the source and information of this money must be provided to the bank. They take their traditions very seriously. No matter how rich they become, family values are at the forefront as a result of the education they receive. For example, it is unthinkable for religious holidays to be celebrated away from the family. Special occasions are spent with family meals at large tables. Family consent is observed in marriages, and the state can even initiate an investigation. So much so that there are no female local administrators in the country, and they are absolutely not willing for a woman to inherit the throne. They didn't even allow their former princess, Hollywood star Grace Kelly, to return to Hollywood just because she played in a movie with another man. While the prince's illegitimate relationships are considered normal and even seen as a tradition, the women in the dynasty are under serious pressure. The leader of the dynasty, Prince Albert, shared a photo with his illegitimate 2 children for the first time in 2022, surprising everyone. The prince, who had problems in his relationship with his wife, had been involved with a former flight attendant and also an American waitress, and children were born from these relationships. What surprised people wasn't the illegitimate children. They already knew about that. What was surprising was having the 2 children in the same frame. There is even a law in the country about this. According to the law, the illegitimate children of princes are deprived of inheritance and have no rights. Despite placing great importance on family life, the Grimaldi Dynasty has never had a smile on its face about it. The dynasty has been rocked by many events over the years, such as tragic deaths, sudden divorces, and paternity claims. Could the reason for this be a curse that has been on the dynasty for hundreds of years? Some think so. The origin of the legend dates back very far. In 1341, Monaco Prince the First Rainier kidnapped a beautiful girl to celebrate his victory and raped her. However, what he didn't know was that the girl was a witch and cursed the Grimaldi family to never be happy again, to live in pain. Indeed, whoever sat on the throne of Monaco for over 700 years has never had a happy marriage. The palace has always been rocked by deaths, tragedies, assassinations, and betrayals. So what are the other features of Monaco? First of all, they have the world's longest-lived people, with an average lifespan of 90 years. The main reasons for Monegasque's longevity are extreme comfort, good nutrition, zero-hormone food, and sports. It's ironic that money can buy life. One of the fundamental elements of the Monaco state's education is to instill an understanding of art in its people from a young age. While girls especially begin to receive education in fields such as ballet, painting, and opera, boys are trained in areas such as motorsports and sailing. The state keeps its budget open for this purpose and doesn't hesitate to bring the best teachers in the world. Despite the country's small geography, the opera and ballet halls with magnificent aesthetics are among the best in Europe. Just look at this elegance. The children here are so lucky that they frequently have the chance to see and meet world-renowned artists and movie stars they watch on television through the state in their schools. This helps them see the world smaller and is also an important plus for their personal development. Hopefully, our children will receive such attention one day. Despite all this wealth and extravagance, like everywhere else, Monaco also has many significant problems. The biggest problem in the country is being too small. Therefore, Monaco is gradually turning into a concrete jungle. It's possible to see construction everywhere at all times, and even worse, the country needs 350 acres of new land every year, and they are currently meeting this demand by filling the sea. Despite being a country where every square inch is meticulously crafted, Monaco is now inexorably surrendering to concrete. Another consequence of the country's small size is the limited activity areas for incoming tourists. The reason ultra-rich individuals come to Monaco is to be able to spend time with people like themselves. Other tourists, especially middle-class European youth, prefer to spend a few days in Monaco, a place of extreme luxury and many rules, rather than staying there and instead opt for nearby cities in France such as Nice, where they can enjoy more freedom. Monegasque authorities are concerned about the future trajectory of the country's tourism over the next 50 years. Another result of the country's small size is that Monaco marinas host the world's most luxurious yachts. Due to the limited space, people prefer to spend time on yachts rather than walking the streets. Million-dollar yachts are here all year round. From Arab sheikhs to Jewish billionaires, from Cristiano Ronaldo to Leonardo DiCaprio, almost everyone has a foot in Monaco marinas. It's not just world-famous figures. Even one of our parliamentarians shared their WhatsApp status while eating lobster at the Monaco Yacht Club recently. This event led to justified reactions from the Turkish people struggling with poverty. The Monaco Yacht Club is considered one of the most prestigious clubs in the world, and to become a member, you need to have your own yacht, come from a distinguished family, and, on top of that, have your membership approved by the prince. Even those who become members of the Monaco Yacht Club must adhere to dress rules at certain times of the day. After all, you are sitting alongside members of the British royal family, the Monaco royal family, and billion-dollar names. This venue is truly one of the most exclusive meeting places at the very top of the world. In short, folks, Monaco belongs to a completely different class of people who are not ordinary like us, but whose lives we can only watch. The story of Monaco, the playground of the ultra-rich class, is just like this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.